Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the LooseCollector Youngblood Shaft figure. And I'll tell you right up front, this is a review sample, though an interesting thing, they've definitely pulled back on giving me, at least me, maybe everyone, review samples. I've met oftentimes now with, we don't have that many available, or maybe you'll get one, but I don't end up getting one, and things like that. And I don't know if that's because some of my reviews have been particularly harsh, or if it's just the truth, I don't know, but they did send this, so thanks to them for that. I will review it honestly, and if they like that, I hope they do, and if they don't, then dems de breaks, as they say. But this figure, I'm happy to report, is markedly better than the figures I've reviewed from them previously. We will address the pricing at some point, probably throughout the review, because that's like the biggest factor. Like, that's the thing about their previous releases, is they've been good, but the price necessitates almost excellence, like perfection. So we'll see, but this is a significant improvement, so I'm very happy to review it, and I'm kind of attached to this character and the other guy, Die Hard, I think his name is, because I made customs of them forever ago, and these are the first official action figures I think they've made that are like adult collectible action figures. Anyway, let's get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, so before we get into the figure, let me show you my package. It's a good package. I think it looks nice, except for the fact that they have artwork of all the different versions, not literally, but at least four different versions of the character, which is like, I get that he's got different versions. For me personally, I don't collect packaging, so it doesn't really matter, but I'd like to see what I'm gonna get on the figure in the artwork. So, you know, that's a thing. But there you go. And the other versions, no. Yeah, otherwise it's fine packaging. Nothing special, but looks nice. Collectible, displayable, if you're into that sort of thing. He's up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link in the description below. $85. We're at the price already. We're at that point in the review. I probably will address it, or reference it as we go forward. But $85. So this is the thing, like I mentioned, they need to overcome this somehow. I don't know why their figures are as expensive as they are. I mean that literally, not like facetiously or anything. But I'm assuming it's not just for crazy profits, because they, I would assume, would pull the prices down to sell more and have more leeway in execution. That's my hunch. So I'm thinking it's out of necessity. So if it's out of necessity, then they really need to be at the very tip top of action figure execution, because $85 for what is like a fancy Marvel Legends style figure is just absurd, unless the figure is great. So do with that what you will, but I'm going to review the whole figure, and then and we'll see what we think. Okay, so he stands about, let's say, 16.5 centimeters to the top of the head, not counting a little bit of hair floof, and that's going to be about 6.5 inches. Here he is up against Darwin. Pretty much your average Marvel Legends size, definitely Marvel Legends scaling. I did sell off the other ones of these guys that I had, because the only two characters I care about from Youngbloods is this guy and the blue and white guy. I think his name is Die Hard, but I keep forgetting. So I'm going to keep these ones probably, but I don't have the other ones to compare them against. But here we go. It's time to talk about it. Is it good? I think so. I think it is better than everything else I've reviewed from them. I have two major gripes, and you can decide if those are significant or not. I'm going to put them out right up front. His red's not saturated enough, and it's a little bit too yellow. All of the solicitation photos have him very crimson-y, and I tend to prefer him that way. A lot of the artwork has him looking that way. It's a very dark red. Not a lot of yellow in it. It's not like it's a deal breaker or anything, but I think his red could be a little bit less orangey. Now, it's very not orange. It's still a red, but there's too much yellow in it. So you can decide if that's a big deal too or not. For me, it's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it is something. And then the other thing would be his nose. This is a small detail, but it might be a detail that bothers you. He's got quite the honker on him. Quite the Ganondorf style nose. The way it sticks down like that and everything. I don't know. I don't know what happened. They took all of the energy of the Leafield feet and put it on the nose. I don't know what happened there. But otherwise, this guy looks pretty damn good. There is shading throughout. The flesh tones are beautiful. Really, really like that. The shading in there is nice. The paint work is super clean for all these white lines on the arms. The line work on the chest and everything. It's under the straps up here, but That's clean. Looks good throughout. The worst thing I have, I guess, is there's a little bit of white down there on the red inside the crotch there. But otherwise, it is really clean. The hair has shading in it. It looks nice. The arrows have a little bit of detailing, a little bit of extra shading throughout on the giant backpack of arrows, the quiver, if you want to call it a quiver. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking figure. It's really well done. I like it a whole bunch. I think the silhouette is pretty darn good also. The figures in the past have had giant lower legs. This guy's are a little bit long, but not by a whole lot. And he's just generally built and sculpted and everything really nicely. You have to add these pieces, the harness here, the belt, these guys, and this on your own. Not a big deal. You just pop them apart, put the belt on. Everything else just slides on pretty easily, except for these. These are a nightmare. They don't really fit. But obviously I got it on. But yeah, it looks pretty good, and you can take all that off if you want. I don't think you would want to. It's not really sculpted for it. There's nothing up there. It's just the body sculpted ends. But yeah, it's a really nice looking figure. I'm actually quite pleased with this. I'm going to be happy to add this guy and the other one to my collection. Even if it's just nostalgic, because I don't care about the characters personally, other than that I made customs of them forever ago, and now it's nice to have something somebody else made. But yeah, I think he looks really, really, really good. So we have to also consider, though, that he's $85. Does he look good enough for $85? Well, I would say at $85 he needs to be damn near perfect. It's not. You're never going to be. So you need to find a better price point, I think, would be my advice. It still looks good, though, so I will go 8 or 9 out of 10. Like, if it was normal price, 9.5 out of 10. So these are hard to review, but I'm going to go... I'll say 8.5. It's still pretty damn nice looking. Like, it's a good figure. If you can get past the price, he looks good. Okay, for accessories, we have an alternate head. The honker isn't as bad on this one, so that's nice. His mouth is open. It's a decent enough sculpt. Looks pretty good. I like that. We have a decent spread of hands, including 2 fist hands to hold his arrows. I think there are 2, right? 2 with holes in them? Yeah. So that's cool. You get the backpack. You probably want to leave that on him. And like I said, those other like belts and things, you want to leave that on him. You get his bow, which does clip onto the backpack, of course, and he can hold it. And then you get the 3 arrows for him to hold in his fist, which is a cool feature. I think that's nice. It looks good. They're well done. They're not metal, though. Be careful. I thought they were metal at first. They're just nicely painted metallic plastic. So... yeah, that's a good spread of accessories. Not like anything crazy. Again, at $85, it's hard to review these things, but at a normal price, I don't know, 8.5, 9 out of 10. Everything but a display stand, really. At $85, display stand would be nice. So, I mean, those don't even cost that much. So maybe they can work something like that into their figures going forward. But yeah, 8 out of 10, I guess, for accessories. It's just hard to review when the price is just so up there. Okay, now I mentioned this is markedly better than their previous releases. That counts for the articulation also. There's a couple issues that I have, but mostly it's pretty great. We're just going to take this off for now, just because it's in my way for handling the figure. The head and neck moves around really nicely. Ball pegs win the day every time for head and neck articulation. You get a little bit of a gap in there, but other than that, yeah, that's how you do a neck. That is good. I am happy with ball pegs in the neck. Now, here's one of the sticking points. We do have the McFarlane style, Storm Collectibles style ball peg with the cap that lets the arm move around. Not much moving, so that's a problem. That extra butterfly area doesn't do anything, so that kind of sucks. But you can rotate the arms all the way around. They don't go down straight. I think that's enough personally. I know some people want the arms like straight down, but I think that's plenty for me. Bringing the arms up like this, better than horizontal. That's nice. The shoulder feels good. It works well other than that butterfly. Bicep swivel is fine. This arm appears to have to be painted. I didn't notice that before. This arm is all molded plastic, like the whole thing is the same thing. This here is definitely painted on top of the red. It's not perfect, and the shading isn't continued on there. So that does stand out a bit if you're looking too close. I didn't notice it at first, but it's definitely there. It's not a huge deal, but it's something to note because the flesh tones are so beautiful, except for right there where it's painted. So be aware of that. But yeah, you do get your bicep swivel, that's fine. Double jointed elbow works nicely. Not an ugly elbow, and they do the thing that I like, which is to round off the joints rather than have them flat. I love that. That's a nice touch. You can see it here probably even better. The rounded joints look so much freaking better, and I will say this until the end of time. As long as these companies keep making flat joints, and make it look mechanical. This is way nicer looking. So that's good. I'm thrilled with that. The wrists are on ball hinges, but with these, why are we not focused? So the wrists are on ball hinges, but with these things that you have to, they're not stretchy plastic, but you have to stretch them over the wrist, and they're not on all the way even, like it's dipping down and getting in the way. So that's a pain in the ass. You really need to heat these up. I did it without heating them. Heat them up and slide them on farther, but you do get ball hinges in the wrist, which will work for you if the little bracer thingies aren't in the way. Now, they've had some difficulties with their torso articulation in the past. Can we just get his hand straight? Okay. It works pretty well here. There's a gap at the extreme, and he's not going super far back, but it's better. I think they could still toy with that a little bit, no pun intended. He leans forward very nicely, though, so that's good. I'd rather see forward than back. Side to side is pretty good. Like, it's not bad at all. It could be a little bit better, and unfortunately, the could be better part at this price point is a sticking point. But it does work. You do get your rotation, of course, at the top and bottom. Belt is floaty. And you do want to leave the belt on because it's definitely made to be hidden. It's not the best looking transition, but that's fine. Now for the hips, no drop downs. I love that. Let's see what kind of range they have. I haven't messed with these yet. Going out to the side, basically full on splits. Not perfectly, but pretty much. That's pretty good. No real nuggets or anything going on. Going forward, yeah, I think we need a flexible diaper piece. I mean, it is, but it's not flexible enough, and it doesn't have anywhere to go. Let's see if I really force it. I don't want to mess up the paint. If you really force it, you can get it up a little bit higher, but still kind of limited there. I think we need a little bit more flexibility in the diaper piece, but it's certainly not bad. You do get a thigh swivel hidden by the pouches, and it actually does onto the ball peg a little bit too, so that's fine. Double jointed knee, like I said, we still have long lower legs, but it's nothing terribly egregious, and so that's okay. You do get a boot swivel, which is all the way up here, which is unfortunate. I would much rather see it down here, hidden by these cuffs. Up here, doesn't look so good. I mean, like, it's fine when it's not being used. It's also at an angle. See how it rotates at an angle? Don't like that. Ankles do go pretty far back and pretty far forward, though it's a pretty loose joint, so be aware of that. Ankle rocker is pretty steep, so you're probably going to have to use that boot swivel, which is not ideal. So yeah, there's definitely a few issues here and there that could be worked on, and if it was a $40 or $50 indie figure, I wouldn't be that hard on it. But it's almost, well, it is more than double that if you're talking 40, and if you're talking 50, it's almost double that. So you have to be a little bit harsher when you're judging these things. But I do think it is certainly good enough in terms of articulation. If you're already okay spending the money because you like the character or whatever, it's definitely enough articulation to get you by. You will have no problem, I think, other than wishing it was better, but being satisfied enough. I'll give his articulation a 7 out of 10 for the price point. Yeah, it's just, it should be better for the price. And that is, unfortunately, this pigeonhole that we have going on with this line, or this brand, the LooseCollector figures. They generally look really nice and have some great features, but this price point is just a thing. So I don't know. I hope they can figure something out with that, or just keep improving on the figures, and that'll be good, because like this one is already way better than before, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give it an overall rating, assuming you're accepting the price. I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10. Because even if you're accepting the price, it's still a factor. If this was $40, 9.5 out of 10. But at 85, yeah, I can't fully disassociate the price with the figure. But it is a good figure, so at least there's that. If you wanted Shaft, it is a good figure. If you can justify the price to yourself, you will be happy enough with it. So that's my take, and hopefully they listen to the things I say as a positive, constructive criticism and don't get offended. But it is my job to review, and that's what I do. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, but I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.